What's going on, guys? Well, I'm editing the video that I recorded yesterday and I'm enjoying it so much because I haven't done it for a long time. So I decided to make another video, and this one's just going to be kind of a hangout video here in the garage. I've got some work to do, get in the Harley, winterize, so I could kind of show you that. I've done detailed videos before on how to do oil changes and things like that, but maybe just join me for this one for a little bit of a garage hangout. But it's a little bit chilly in the garage today. It's 45-ish degrees. We can take a look at the thermometer. But I've got the new air heater hanging up here, and this is the same one that I used in my last garage, my small garage. That garage was considerably, there we go, it just kicked on. That garage was considerably smaller than this one. So I'm just kind of curious to see how it's going to work, if it's going to warm it up in here, if it's going to just have to run constantly or whatever. It's turned way down right now. So as you can see, it's reached its target temperature and it's shut down. But anyway, let's crank this thing up a little bit and see if we can get the temperature to raise in the garage at all. It's blowing out nice warm air, so let's see. Alright, so I've got the motorcycle warmed up now a little bit, so the oil should drain pretty nicely, I think. It's kind of worked through the engine, it's warmed up like 100 degrees or whatever. I always like to have a few of these on hand when I'm doing oil changes. These are called pig mats, and it's oil absorbent mat basically. You can put it down. It works very well. It's very effective at catching and cleaning up oil spills. So I always like to make sure I have some of these on hand, and just in case you're interested, I'll drop a link in the description below so you can grab some for yourself. Fair warning though, they're not like affordable. They're worth it, but they're not the most budget friendly option in the world. I think it is more effective than using like, you know, something that you'd put down on the oil spill and sweep up later. I really like these, and I always try to have some of these on hand, and they last a long time. So if you do order some off of Amazon or whatever, just keep them in your cupboard or drawer or whatever, and yeah, they'll last you quite a while. If you're just doing your own oil changes from time to time, it's definitely worth it. Down the back roads, motorcycle dreams unfold. Andrew by my side, stories waiting to be told. Another thing that's always nice to have on hand are these shop rags. I get these at Harbor Freight, a big pack. A lot of times they're on sale also for a really good price. So whether you choose to wash them and reuse them or just throw them away when you're done if they're really gross and grimy, I use these a lot around the garage. And I've even taken them fishing, all kinds of stuff. I can just grab 2 or 3 when I need them, and I've got them. So good value there. There's probably something similar on Amazon as well, but if you've got a Harbor Freight in your area, just run over there and see what they've got.
Riding Midwest roads, the wind's in our hair. Andrew's by my side, the world feels so rare. Camping under stars, finding the best gears. Adventure calls us by through freedom and cheers. Where do you join our journey and subscribe?
You're free to use absolutely whatever you want for your oil change. I'll be using Spectro oil. I've used this in other videos before. I do like the Spectro oil, but it's not readily available around here, so you'd have to order it. I'm using this because it's what I have on hand. I do like the Sin 3 from Harley Davidson. I think that's very good oil, and I've used that many times as well, but for this video I'm using the Spectro synthetic heavy duty. And then I've never used this before, but this is the high flow filter. I just ordered this off of Amazon because frankly I didn't feel like going to the dealership to get a filter. So I'm going to try the high flow filter. I know these are very popular. I'm not a huge fan just because for the short time that I worked at the dealership, I didn't have a lot of luck with these. I like the Harley ones because you can use the Harley oil filter wrench. I know S&S is similar to this where it has the 17mm nut on the end for removal. You don't want to be tightening these things down with a wrench. Always just hand tighten your filter. Always just put some oil on the O-ring, on the gasket around here, and hand tighten it, and then go like a half turn, quarter turn, half turn further than that, and you're gonna be just fine. All right, so I've had this fuel stabilizer for years. I had a case of it, so I've still got a bunch left. I'm sure there's an expiration date for effectiveness or whatever, but I can't find any date on the bottle. And a little bit of research I did online, some guy said he's used fuel stabilizer that he's had for 15 years and it's been fine. So I don't really know. I'm just gonna dump a bottle of this stuff in the fuel tank and let it sit for the winter, and hopefully it keeps things clean and dry. From Kansas plains to Nebraska's wide sky, we chase the sun. All right, so the good news is the garage is up to about 65 degrees, so the new air heater seems to be doing a pretty good job. The bad news is, I mean, it was 48 or whatever, so it's not like we're battling severe cold temperatures yet. But this garage is insulated, so, you know, even though it's a big space and it does get very cold in the winter, I hope that this little heater does a pretty decent job. It does use a lot of electricity though. I can't maintain a heat in here, and really it'll only be used when I have to be out here doing some sort of project or something like that, right? So yeah, hopefully it does a good enough job, you know what I mean? So just a little update. Next tip here. I would normally replace this O-ring on your drain plug. That is best practice. And I was going to today because I thought that I had another one laying around here somewhere, but I can't find one. So I'm going to clean this drain plug up a little bit. Just sprayed some brake cleaner on it. And I'm just going to, you know, pay attention to this O-ring here and kind of check it out. Make sure that there's not really any nicks or anything in it. And I think it looks pretty good. Definitely be sure to replace it the next oil change though. And I just ordered a pack after not being able to find one around here. I just ordered a pack on Amazon. A pack of 50 of them for $10. And I think that's a pretty good price. And then I'll be sure that I always have some around. So I'm going to throw a link to those in the description, just in case you're interested. So this drain plug looks pretty decent shape still. There wasn't any metal on the magnet, which I always appreciate. And yeah, this O-ring will be good for the time being until the next oil change. So that's ready to go. One thing that I have always been pretty good about, I think, is after I'm done using my tools, especially for oil changes and stuff where they get covered in oil and stuff, is I always like to give my tools a good cleanup just to keep them nice. And hopefully some of this stuff will last for many, many years. Maybe outlive me and be passed down to one of my kids, you know? If they're into this kind of stuff. So we'll see. But yeah, always try to clean up the tools and keep everything looking good and clean and well taken care of. So I added 3 quarts so far, which isn't going to be enough, but I just want to check and see kind of where it lands on the dipstick. One thing to note is, you know, this says full on Jiffy stand when hot. So you don't want it up here. You want it down here, like, you know, in this area probably, when it's cold like this. And we may already have way too much oil in here, so I'm going to go ahead and start it, let it run just for a little bit, and then check it again.
A few moments later.
And now that it's had a chance to run, it's a little bit further down the dipstick. I still think there may be too much oil. And that's what ends up happening a lot of times is people are adding too much oil. Even though the capacity on these motorcycles are 4 quarts or whatever it says in your owner's manual, when you drain the oil out, you're not actually draining all of the oil out. So there's still going to be some remnant of oil left in your motorcycle. So when you're changing, you never want to add the full capacity of oil back into it. You know, add a couple of quarts, 2.5 quarts, check. Add a little bit more if you need to, check. And obviously, since your bike isn't hot, don't fill it all the way up to the hot point. Or else when it is hot, it's going to be way above there. And you've got too much oil in your system, and that's going to cause you problems. So this is something to keep in mind. I've overfilled plenty, so don't feel bad. Well, we successfully have the truck in the garage. Quite a bit of room around it, which is good. I do have a couple other things I want to do out here. I'm going to hang up another fast track system over here, I think. Places for things to dry when I wash the vehicles. But also I've got the snow brooms and stuff to clean off the cars. So I want to hang all that up on the fast track system from Rubbermaid. I was trying to decide if I wanted to go that route or hang up another piece of pegboard. And I think overall, for the most part, the fast track system is going to make the most sense. So we'll just see how it goes, I guess. The other thing is I got these laser beams, park assist things that kind of tell you where you want to be, right? So you get your vehicle into the position in the garage where you want it to be, then the laser will shine on the dash in a specific spot or whatever. And I'm going to try that out because I want to be able to move the truck as close to the Harley as possible for in the winter when I need to be able to get the snowblower out of the garage. But it's got two different laser pointers on it. And I also want to set one so the truck can be as back as far as it can be and still being able to close the garage door. That way, depending on what I need access to or whatever, I can park the truck kind of in between those two spots. One extreme, very close to the Harley, so I can get the snowblower out. The other extreme, as far back as the truck can go, without interfering with the garage door operation, obviously. You know, that'll give me two markers for where I can be. So I'm going to install that. I also bought another one for Danielle's side, and we're going to do the same thing with her car. Kind of point where she needs to park or whatever, and still being able to get around her car, because I either need to go through that door or around this way to get from my side of the garage to the house. So having her car in kind of the ideal position is optimal for being able to get around her vehicle. And there's often a lot of stuff over there because of the boys' sports stuff and things like that. We're going to get the bikes into the little shed, so that'll help. But they still got these big hockey nets and all of their things, and hockey gear and all that is always in the way. So we'll just have to kind of play that one by ear. These are from Fosman. It's called a motion activated dual laser garage parking assistant. And the deal is you mount this thing on the ceiling. It comes with a AC adapter. Looks like mounting tape. So you can either secure it with screws or mounting tape, it looks like. And this is what the thing looks like. Kind of cheap feeling. You mount this plate to the ceiling, and then this thing kind of just slides and locks into place. It's got an on-off switch, it looks like. Place to plug in the AC adapter. And then your laser pointers are somewhat adjustable. Yeah, it's pretty flimsy. I mean, but if it works, I guess. Looks like you must be able to use a battery or the adapter maybe, or maybe it's just battery backup or for emergency power. I don't know, but let's try it. And then I'll read the instructions later. Yeah, the lasers are on right now. Okay, so the switch is just to turn one off. See that? So I guess if you don't want to use both of them, you don't have to, but I may try the battery. I do have places to plug it in, but those outlets are being used up for the lights, so I'd have to use an adapter plug or whatever. Okay, so they're saying that 9-volt battery is just for backup, so I guess they would like you to use the included AC adapter. So if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to go get a 3-way outlet plug thing. So
Ooh, you wanna come and get me, kick me down and make me hurt myself. Oh no, you will never forget me. I'm imprinted on your heart, I swear. At times you make me angry, but I know that it could.
just kind of dawned on me now that that's on a switch, so that outlet's not going to work for this thing. So yeah, back to the drawing board. I'm going to have to run an extension cord somewhere or something. Alright, well I think I got that thing close to dialed in. I just backed the truck back out of the garage here. There's not a lot of room. When I get the truck up close to the bike, it's hard to reach that to adjust where you want the laser to point. But I think I got it pretty close. I could still pull up further if I needed to, but I really want to have somebody here like Danielle to tell me when to stop so I don't hit the bike. And then from there I need to figure out, well, how am I going to adjust it once I get it to there for the laser. But anyway, that's pretty cool. I need to get a longer extension cord so I can run this wire a little bit better. It's just kind of hanging across here at the moment. But nice long cord. So if you do have an outlet close or somewhat close, or you could even, the laser pointers are somewhat adjustable, so you don't really need to have it dead set in the center of your garage either. So maybe I could even mount it further back and use one of these outlets down here. Then I'd have to readjust everything, but I mean, that may be a possibility. So maybe I'll do something like that. I don't know. Back to the motorcycle. I just did the 1-hole, the oil change this time. I didn't do a 3-hole oil change. I didn't get a ton of miles on it this year, so I think the transmission and primary are probably absolutely fine. I might check them in the spring, see what they look like and where they're at. But mainly I wanted to get the crankcase, the main oil change done on it. Other than that, you know, I added some fuel stabilizer and plugged it into the trickle charger. So it should stay pretty fair over the winter, and probably shouldn't have to worry about it a whole lot. I could put the cover on it, but I still want to clay bar it and wax it. So I need to get it cleaned up a little bit better. I did wash it yesterday, but probably do some more cleaning and stuff on it. Plus there's a couple small projects that I may do over the winter, so I'll probably just leave it uncovered again unless I'm doing something extremely dusty around here, cleaning or sanding or sawing or whatever I get up to. But most of that'll be out in the shed now, so not too worried about all that. I think I'm going to put up that fast track system on this wall over here, so maybe we finish up the day with that. And then it'll be time to go relax. Alright folks, well there we go. We got some room in the garage. We can put a truck in here now. We got some pretty good projects done today. And just thanks for hanging out with me a little bit, I guess. So any questions, any comments, things, whatever you want to talk about, conversation, in the comments down below. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Stay safe out there. We'll catch you in the next video.